Hello there folks, this is TIJ Gaming and welcome to the 18th instalment in our Rookie to Champion adventure on World Snooker Championship 2004. Today we play the final session of our quarter-final fixture between ourselves and Huw Lloyd in the British Open at Brighton. In the last episode we didn't do particularly well. We drew last episode 2 each in effect because we won the first episode in terms of the frames. We won it 3-0, but in the last episode Huw Lloyd won 2, we won 2. And he started to bring the game back a little bit to make, trying to get to the semi-final for that lovely trophy that is behind our player. He's made that job a little bit trickier, but not a good break from us really in the 8th frame. Oh, whoopsie daisy, I've just skipped his shot there. Apologies for that. But, well, we'll have a look at the replay, shall we? So it wouldn't be that shot, it'd be shot 2. So there was a red on the edge of the cluster. I think that's fairly obvious that that's going to go in. Let's have a look. Yep, simply separate the reds a little bit to be fair to him. He's done fairly well there, but he was pretty much trapped. So what I presume he just gave it a tap. Oh no, he tried to, yeah, he'd snookered himself, so he had to get onto the blue. He'd done well there, but now it's our turn to pot the red. And I think really what we're going to have to do is come back up the table because the black might be potable, but I think to be honest, it's going to be more risk than it's worth trying to play it soft and getting on the black. So we're going to hit it nice and hard with a bit of top, get it back up the bulk area, and hopefully get on one of those other colours. And there we go, it's nicely placed on the yellow. Now, bear in mind, I've got my apple juice today. Not something I tend to drink usually, but there's a lot of tension involved in this match, so it's the 8th frame. We want to really finish it in this frame, but if we don't, we don't. And of course, Huw Lloyd can come and win this, but he's got to win every single frame from now on. But that's not the best. But we might have to play a safety shot here. Let's have a look. What's on the table? I don't think there's no pots on the table anyway, so we're just going to try and hit this one as thin as possible and get it back up the table. Not quite as hard though this time, but we're going to try and get it back up to the bulk and yeah, see what happens. Oh, is that going to be hard enough? No, it's not going to be hard enough. I've been playing a lot of World Snooker Championship 09 in the last few days, so I think that playing that's probably maybe a little bit more confused about the speeds of the tables, but oh well, he's played quite a poor safety really there. He's left a long red, which is pretty much straight. He's left that on. We're going to play this nice and soft, hopefully get position on the black. And start to build a bit of a decent break in hopefully what should be the final frame of this match. So I think it's fair to say we've prolonged it a little bit too much. We've, you know, not really played to our best. Okay, we won the first 3 frames quite well, but we haven't really played our best in the next frame, so that's been a bit of a problem. Can we pot the black from here? It's going to be a tricky one, but hopefully we can pot it. Because of course, if you don't pot the ball, you can't continue your break. But we did pot the ball there. Have we got anything on? I think that red's not going to go. But is there that red at the edge of the cluster that'll go? No, it's unfortunate that is that red at the edge of the cluster doesn't quite go because of these 3 reds here. So, we've either got a really tight pot for this, which isn't going to go, is it? Let's really be honest. We can go for it, I suppose. I don't think he would really be on anything if it didn't go. I don't think it will go, but it'd be nice if it did. No, it's just bounced off. And luckily, I don't think there's anything on for him here, unless there's a free ball plan that I haven't figured out. Yeah, cue ball's right in the cluster, and he's just going to tap some of the reds out. And in fact, once again, it's given us some quite good positions, so we're just going to have to get on with it, really. Just use any opportunity we're given by Huw Lloyd. Oh, I've not the game audio on. How dreadful. So you couldn't hear Dennis and John for a bit. Oh, that's a shame. But now you can hear Dennis and John. So when we miss this, or when we pot it, you'll hear Dennis going, "What a pot!" Or "What a pro!"
That's a great pot. What a pro!
What did I say? What did I say? What a pro! Well, we're not really on anything here again. We're not doing best in terms of our break building, but that green's on, isn't it? I'm gonna have to hit this quite hard once again. Get it up and down the table. This is the problem when the reds haven't really developed by this point. You're having to circumnavigate the table quite aggressively just to get on a red. But are we even on a red now? Pardon me, I don't know. We're going to have a look, see if we're on anything. No, I don't think we are, that's a shame. Apart from this, it's a tight red. Does this, actually we've got this one. That's probably the best opportunity along the cushion into the top pocket. That's probably our best opportunity here. But of course, if we win this frame, we'll go into the last 4 of the, oh nice pot, of the British Open at Brighton. Be a brilliant prospect to try and get to the final.
If he gets the cue ball close to the object,
I think that'll possibly be the best of 17 match. Whereas this one's a best of 11, so will the semi-final. I think that brown goes okay. Might be wrong. Oh, unfortunate. That was a little bit too hard there. That was unfortunate. It'd basically gone in the pocket, but it almost rebuffed the yellow, but the brown. But he's hit it very hard there, as he the red. And for some reason, I don't know what he's done there. But he's given us a lot of opportunities. He's not playing so well as he did last time out. And we are going to have to be careful, of course, that we do take the opportunities. But we've got to bust open the reds at some point. But we're just not getting the opportunities to do so at the moment. That's a nice pot on the red there.
No problem with that red.
Pink should go here.
Looks like he's trying to get the pink back onto its spot.
Correct, John. Right, hit this nice and hard once again, but possibly with a bit of backspin. Just a bit of backspin, you know. Right, this could be a bit too hard, so it might be a risk, because if it goes into the reds and we don't get the pot, then it is to his advantage, but there we go, perfect.
7.
If we actually left anything on, though, here, you can guarantee we haven't. Right, there's this one.
Safe in the balk area.
There's that one up the top. Okay, that's probably the best opportunity, unless we can curve. No, that one's not going to go in, so I think this red up the top of the table might be the best one to go for here. It's a narrow one, it's a tricky pot. But hopefully we can do it. I think this and a few more colours, and really, if we can start to build up a decent break, this frame will just go away from Huw Lloyd. Oh, that's unfortunate. Just off the pocket, and now there are a lot of loose reds. He can pick for any of the 6 on the bottom cushion. Probably any of 4, really, because those 2 in the middle are going to be too tight to get to. But Huw Lloyd will get his... Oh, he won't. Well, that's unbelievable. I was going to say he's going to get his first pot for a while, but he hasn't really played well today. Neither have we, to be honest. I think we've got quite lucky, but we'll take it if we win the frame and get through. There we go. Let's tap the blue. Right, I think the yellow's the straightest pot here. There's nothing else that's obviously on. I mean, the pink could go. It's that... Oh. See, there's either the really easy yellow or there's the risk with the pink. I'm going to go for the pink. I think if we were level on frames, we wouldn't go for this. But because we are 3 frames to the good, we are going to risk it. I don't think it's going to work, though. Oh, it does. Blimey, that's... Oh, unbelievable.
Wow, now it will be
well, we potted the red as well. That's always to be expected when the reds are so loose. That's unfortunate. It really is. We got the tricky red. We got the tricky pink even, which was really tricky, and I was quite proud of getting that. But we potted the red as well, which is gutted. And now he's nicely onto the black. And this could be Huw Lloyd's frame from here. Well, we went for the risk. The risk worked out until we potted the red, really. But we are being a little bit complacent here. I think to give away 3 frames is a bit, a bit silly. I can understand us giving away maybe 1, maybe 2, but if we give away a third here, after being 3-0 up, and in effect after that 3-0 lead, he's actually led from there. Well, if you look at the inter-game stats in quotation marks. But that's a shot with a bit of backspin. Ooh, is that touching ball? Touching pink, yeah. So he's going for the black. Presumably a safety shot. He might pot it, I might be wrong. No, he's missed the black. Well, the scores are even, so all to play for here.
He can get good position here.
What can we get here?
The pink.
That's a bit of a narrow. That's a tough red, isn't it? But we should be able to get it fine. Take control of this frame and hopefully win it. Oh, we've just missed the red. Well, that's unfortunate.
See an easy pot here.
No easy pot because the 2 reds that we've just collided with are pretty much out of commission. Actually, I didn't realise that one wasn't. But no, he hasn't used it to his best advantage.
The rest is really not helping him. He's having real trouble with it.
Neither player's playing particularly well here, I must admit. But there's pressure on both of us. If we win this frame, of course, I keep saying, but we're through to the semis. And in the end of the day, he's got to make the minimum amount of mistakes possible. He's not really doing that at the moment, is he? Unless you haven't noticed.
1.
He's making quite a few mistakes. Right, the pink will go, I think. Yeah, the pink's pretty much straight into the pocket. I think, anyway. I don't know. It seems like that angle that it seems a bit tougher, but can we get it any further just to get a bit of a more angle in it, just to make sure it goes in the pocket? This is going to be tricky. It's not by any means a guaranteed pot. No. Oh, well, it has gone in.
Good shot. 7.
Whew. We can breathe. I didn't think it was going to go in. Gravity took control there rather than anything else. It was very fine, as John says there.
Getting the red by the black spot will give him good position.
So what red's by the black spot? Come on, Dennis. This one? I mean, it's going to be tricky. You're in God's luck if you're going to get that. And to be honest, I think we've used up all our luck count for the day in potting that pink early. But we might get some more. And we've certainly got some more. Right, pink's not going to go. Nor is the black. So we are going to go for the brown, as Dennis suggests. Bit of backspin, get it down the table again. Been quite a scrappy frame this has, really. Both players, as I've said before, making plenty of mistakes.
12.
And that's not the best position, is it?
He should be able to play a good safety shot here.
Yeah, agreed. So, hit the ball this side, hit it nice and thin, and get it back up to bulk. Shot to nothing. Will be this. If it goes in the pocket, which I very much doubt, that's a bonus, but I don't think it will. Is it back up to bulk? There we go. It's pretty much perfectly back up to bulk. There's probably a way through to that long red. That's right over the pocket now. Which is unfortunate if he does get it. No, there's obviously not, because he's going for the safety shot on the red. Where's the cue ball? Oh, he's got very lucky there. But that long red is on. It was the opportunity we really made earlier, so we're going to reap the benefits from that and score another point in this frame. Every point matters, every red, every ball matters in the race for the last 4 at the British Open. And we are nicely on the black. Well, I say nicely, it's a tricky pot, but it's not the hardest. I don't particularly mind that sort of pot. That'll be 7 more points to our score for the 8th frame. We've potted it.
One final red to go.
Now, what do we do with the red? We can't go for the pot, so we're just going to lean it up, just push it up to the red. Play it up to this red, and just lean on the red on the bottom cushion.
No
Leave all the
choice there
tricky
but
shots
use
to
the rest.
Huw Lloyd. We're 20 points ahead in this frame, which is a nice cushion. He's got to really clear the table for us not to win the frame and the match now. So, with the pressure on Huw Lloyd, you'd wonder whether he's going to make any sort of mistake here, but that was very nearly a pot. But, ooh, he's not done badly there, you know. He really
might try
hasn't.
for a snooker here.
No, I'm not going to go all technical and try for a snooker. Just play what I know. Oh dear, that probably wasn't the best. I think there's a pot on here. I think there is. Possibly a little bit too hard that was, and now he's potted the red. Luckily the black's not on though here, so he can't get maximum points. Yellow it will be, so he'll be 17 behind if he pots the yellow, of course. He's 17 behind with 27 to play for.
Great shot with the rest there. He's not had much luck with the
He's
rest
got to
this
pot
frame, but
everything
that
up to the
was
pink, and then
superb.
it'll come down to the last 2 balls. He'll get this yellow. He's played quite nicely back onto the yellow again, and he's missed it. Well, ooh, this is a nasty shot. To get into the semi-finals of the British Open, we need this and a few more. Can we get the pot? It's a tricky one, but we've got it. So we're 19 ahead with 25 to go. Where's the pink? We're okay.
2.
19 ahead with 25 to go. We just need the green and the brown, and we are through to the semi-finals of the British Open. Green's down.
5.
Not the best position on the brown, but we
this one?
can.
I'm
Oh,
sure
is
the
that
frame
is
will
that
be
blue
his.
blocking it? The blue's blocking it, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, it is a horrible situation. We can't get to that. In another situation, that would be the perfect pot. Well, we could be making a massive mistake here. But what I'm going to do is just nestle it up to the brown. Play up to it, hopefully rest on it. And that's a decent shot. We could have made it easier by potting the brown, but there was no way we could get the pot there. He's tried to go for some sort of snooker, but he's failed to get it.
Concentrate on this shot.
And we are going to go for the pot here, but it's really a shot to nothing. If it goes in, it's a bonus. But if it does go in, we get into the semi-finals of the British Open. No, it's nowhere near. He can pot this now. There's a bit of a risk because, apart from the black, they're all in open play here, all these balls. He's missed the brown.
I don't think he should be taking on the more difficult shots. He's having no luck with them at all.
Well, if it was any other frame, it wouldn't be quite as nerve-wracking as this. This is the deciding frame in terms of whether we get to the final. If he wins it, of course, then the game continues. Can Huw Lloyd get the pot? That's odd. Very odd. He played with bottom. He certainly did, and he's got nowhere. Right, this should be quite an easy pot now. 22 ahead with 22 available.
Sounds like somebody in the crowd has forgot to turn.
Oh, honestly, why would you have your mobile phone on? For the last shot of the game, the last crucial shot of the game. Well, luckily the mobile phone's been turned off right in time as we pot the brown. And we're going to pot the blue as well. Clear up the table, and we are going to win the British Open quarter-final between ourselves and Huw Lloyd, 6 frames to 2.
9.
Just clean up the black and the pink now. Not really bothered if we clean them up, but it would be nice on this last frame. Get a score of 71. That's the pink down.
A tricky shot.
That's a terrific shot. Brilliant.
Now for the black. And that'll be it. If we don't get the black, of course, we still go through. But we might as well just play a bit of an exhibition shot here. Give it a whack. And it has gone in. We have won the 8th frame of the British Open quarter-final between ourselves and Huw Lloyd, and booked a place in the last 4 of the tournament at Brighton. What a game that was. And we gave a little bit away there. We lost 2 frames, but we kept our composure in the end. We had a good frame there. A good scrappy frame. Huw Lloyd scoring some points, but ultimately making too many mistakes. And we capitalised on those. What's this? Terry Griffiths? How many times do we line up for that black? About 8 times. Like watching Terry Griffiths. It's took me 18 episodes to get a reference about Terry Griffiths in there. Unbelievable. I've got no idea who Terry Griffiths is, like I probably didn't till 2 weeks ago. Go and watch John Virgo's funniest commentary moments. Again, I wouldn't think in a World Snooker 04 video I'd be promoting John Virgo's funniest moments, but just watching us clear up the last 4 balls once again. Again, here comes Terry Griffiths. We pop the black and it comes back on itself there as it obviously hit the knuckle on the middle pocket. But here are the stats for the game. So 2 breaks for us over 30, 4 for Huw Lloyd. Quite a few breaks under 30, 2 points average per shot, but as you can see, his average break's actually higher. We made 5 fouls, but really we were the more consistent on the day. I don't think that measures how poorly Huw played in some of the frames. Some of the frames just gifted us the frame. That's not to say we got lucky throughout, but we certainly did on some of the frames. And I'd argue on that last frame we did as well. So we've got a highest break record in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, we'll store that. And we'll see who we've got. I can't remember who we've got in the semi-final of the British Open. And crucially, how long it is. Of course, we only got to the quarterfinals of the LG Cups. We don't quite know how long this game is going to be. But the last quarterfinal, is that the last quarter? No, it's between Alfonso Torres and Robin McCallum. So let's see who the first guy is into the final. Who's it going to be? It's Robin McCallum, who's beat Alfonso Torres by 6 frames to 1. A dominating performance there. And the other place will either be ourselves or Matt Hindle. Not Matt Cardle, who won the X Factor a few years ago. It'll be either ourselves or Matt Hindle against Robin McCallum in the final of the British Open. But next episode on Tuesday will be when we play that game against Matt Hindle. Apologies for the shorter episode today, but I thought it'd be good just to get this match over and done with in today's episode rather than start the next. But we can start the next on Tuesday, so you've got that all to look forward to. The first 4 frames of that semi-final match, it's certainly worth tuning into just to make sure to see whether we get to the illustrious final of the British Open and maybe become a champion in World Snooker Championship 2004. Thank you for watching, folks. I've been TIJ Gaming, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.